question? Answer. Gain points and win a prize. Brag to your friends and laugh at your enemies. Become so confident that you abandon your family and move to New York City. Get bit by a rat. Rinse and repeat. Team trivia is huge in the South, and it keeps growing. High Spirits Entertainment offers 3 unique trivia experiences. Pick Your Brain delivers a standard game with an intelligent twist. Super Smart Teen Trivia is a kid-friendly trivia that challenges your memory, instincts, and creativity. And grown-up-ish adult trivia is our 18-plus game of wits, truths, and dares. Contact highspiritsbooking@gmail.com for more information. That's highspiritsbooking@gmail.com.
Noon time with Harold. It's noonin time with Harold. It's a new day. Well, hello there. It's time for noonin time. I'm just trying different catchphrases to see what sticks. I like it's a new day noon and yes it is. And I like, well, hello there. It's noonin time with Harold. I think that's at least how I'm going to start greeting people. Is when I meet them, I'm going to go, well, hello there. Noonin time with Harold here. Big handshake. I'm going to make my hands real big. I'm going to get stung by a bunch of wasps. Or bit by a bunch of ants, so my hands will be real big and puffy. And then I'm going to be like, well, hello there. Nice to meet you. Big puffy hands. Puffy Hands McGraw here. Shake, 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 shake. The old puffy hand bandit. The two-handed puffy hand. My one hand's so big, you'll think it's 2 hands. How you doing there, m'lady? Big puffy hands. Anyways, that's a new character I'm working on, apparently. It's Puffy Hands McGraw. He's a bandit who has really big puffy hands, and it helps him get into shenanigans easier because his hands are so big. He can like slap down walls and bend bars in jail cells, and he can hold more money than normal people can because his hands is so big. Pretty good character, pretty good start to the podcast. 10 out of 10, would recommend that I make out with myself. Anyways, it is Friday, February 7th. You know, for a second there, I thought it was November 7th. I looked down at the calendar, and for some reason, when I saw that 2, I just thought it wasn't 11. I was like, oh shit, it's November 7th. It's my little brother's birthday. It's his birthday. I gotta tell him happy birthday. But it wasn't. It was not his birthday. It is still February. So now if you've ever wondered, wow, Harold's little brother, when's his birthday? Well, now you know, guys. It's November 7th. Anyways, hope everyone is doing well today. I am doing okay. I'm having some physical and mental flare-ups that are really kicking my butt. And I'm having some really deep, dark thoughts that are really kicking my butt this week. I just am so tired. And maybe I'm sick, and that's why I'm so tired. My girlfriend is sick. She has confirmed that with her body. She talked to it and was like, yo, body, what's up? Is you sick? And it's possible that I am also sick, and that's why I am sleeping. Like, I will go to bed at, let's say, I take my sleeping medicines at 11, okay? And I won't get out of bed unless I'm taking my kid to school or I have some doctor's appointment. I'll stay in bed for 12 hours. And I know that makes me sound lazy, but it's not really that I'm lazy. I have a lot of stuff I do during the afternoon and the evenings. Those are my busy times. And I do all the things I'm supposed to do. I'm just on a different schedule. But I am so tired all the time. And it feels like my blood has been replaced with concrete or wet cement. And I'm just sludging along, trying to get things done. But man, my body just is so tired and so sick. I think it's depression. Probably. So today's episode is self-improvement. I was almost going to call it home improvement, but we're not talking about home improvement. I don't even own a home. I rent a place now. I rent from my girlfriend. She lets me stay with her and touch her butt, Hanley, and I give her money, which sounds not right, not what it's supposed to sound like. But it's not like that. It's like I help her pay the rent. I help her pay the mortgage. There we go. That's a way better way of saying it than I pay to touch my girlfriend. Can you imagine? I can only imagine what it'll be like when I walk by your side. That's from A Walk to Remember with Mandy Moore, about her having some kind of disease and she dies in the end. Spoiler alerts, she dies. So what am I doing to take care of myself? Well, there's a couple of businesses that I use that I want to talk about today to throw, not shade, throw like compliments their way. The first one we're going to talk about is my therapist. My therapist, Dr. Louis F. Boynton. He has a PhD, an LPC, and an NCC. Man, I don't even know what most of those mean. No, never mind. I was going to do the LPC and I was going to say something that I didn't want to say, but I started saying it.
Know what would go great right here? Your ad, your business, your services. Or maybe just your rant about how roundabouts are crop circles by redneck aliens. Whatever you need to say, we'll help you say it. Contact noonandtimewithharold@gmail.com for more information.
You like our new ads? Well, they're not new ads. They were older ads, but we're starting to plug in our own ads rather than rely on the app that we use for music. Sorry, the app that we use for podcasting. We were letting it choose our ads, but I think I'm going to go back to putting my own ads in here because then I can control it. If you heard at the beginning, we had an ad for High Spirits Entertainment. That's my entertainment company. So if you need bingo, if you want trivia, if you want improv, if you want stand-up comedy shows, we do it all. And we do it all excellently. You can ask any of our clients and they will tell you that we have done a great job. So all you got to do is contact me at highspiritsbooking@gmail.com, or you can use the Herald page, or you can contact me at our business phone number, which is 678-877-9070. We also accept text messages to that number. Whatever, I'm just trying to get myself booked, baby. And of course, we are selling ad space on Noon and Time with Harold. Always. There's always ad space. If you want to be included in these ads, you can be included in these ads. Just let me know. Anyways, Dr. Louis F. Boynton. I've been seeing this guy for about 5 years, maybe 6 years. It's been a long time. I was married to someone differently when I started seeing him. I had a different job. I went through like 6 or 7 different jobs while I was seeing him, so it must have been like 6 years. He helped me with a lot of things. I have always gone back to him. When my bipolar has really beat me up and convinced me that I don't need him or anybody, I've left him. But every time I've left him, I've then been like, you know what? I need to go back to him. I'm going to ask if I can go back. And every time he has said yes. So him and I have a slightly back and forth relationship, but now it's stuck there for at least a year. He specializes in chronic pain and illnesses. Like, that is his specialty. But even with that said, he still does everything. He does couples. He does children. He does a great job, of course. His website is a little lame. Like, it looks like his website was made on GeoCities. That's a slow, deep burn, if anybody gets it. Deep cut? What are you supposed to say when it's like something not everybody would get? That's a deep cut? That's a deep cut. That's a deep cut. That's a deep cut reference. GeoCities. Looks like his website was made in GeoCities 15 years ago. Maybe 20 years ago. Like, there's a background music player and there's a slideshow of different beautiful surroundings. I was going to say pretty, and then I was going to say beautiful. If you can't tell, this is my first time speaking today. That's usually what the podcast is. Like, I wake up and I do a few things, and then I sit down to record the podcast. But I have not spoken out loud to people today. This is the first. Oh, that's not true. I told my girlfriend I loved her, and I told my kid have a good day at school. But this is the first conversation, and this ain't even a conversation because no one else is here. The important thing, though, about my therapist is that you can contact him on his website, and he'll get back to you. He's really great about communication. The other important thing, his website is flourishtolive.org. Now, it's not 2, T-O, it's the number 2. So it's flourish, the number 2, live.org. And I cannot recommend him enough. Again, he's funny, and he's very patient, and he's very understanding when I am having a bad day. He doesn't give you the BetterHelp solutions type approach. He does a great job. Let's see, what can I read about him that might help? These are his rates. That doesn't help me. Insurance questions to ask. That doesn't help me. Hello and welcome to our site. I've been a psychologist for several years. My unique form of psychotherapy is something I've worked on for years. My experience has helped me to believe in a health psychology that helps people to live a better life. I call this method of psychology of flourishing. As a person who lives with Crohn's disease, I am aware of how the system works and how it can be changed. One way is to start by focusing on health. My hope is that you call for a free consultation. My practice includes blah, 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 blah. So there's a bunch of stuff on there. He has Crohn's disease, and so he has a lot of sad stories, and he has had a hard time. So it's really easy to relate to him when it comes to you talking about, hey, I'm struggling with this and this and this. He'll be like, hey, you know what? I can understand that. I am also struggling with a bunch of horrible crap. And well, see, putting it that way makes it sound like he makes everything about him. He does not make things about him, but he will tell you stories, and you can ask him about it, and he's happy to tell you about it. He's a great guy, great dude. Flourishtolive.org. The other really good thing about him is that he is right on the square in downtown Newnan, so you know that you are supporting a local business by going to a psych in downtown Newnan. He is located above the Mad Mexican. So if you go past the Mad Mexican, on your right is a door with a really long staircase. You go up that staircase, and then you'll find his office up there. He's the one with like a please be quiet session in progress sign on his door or something. It says something along those lines. And it's easy to find. I'm not telling you to just go up there right now and find him, but make an appointment, contact him. Great therapist. It is crazy to me that the first therapist I tried was a good therapist. I've tried 2 other ones since then, both absolutely garbage. Garbage therapy. Dr. Louie has 2 reviews on Google Reviews. They both are 5 stars. One says, I can't say enough about Dr. Boynton. He's a great therapist and a great person to talk to. I always look forward to coming in and working with him. Has been a great help to me. Very good, detailed, and caring doctor. He will ensure you get the attention and care you need. Those are in the last couple of years. Again, 5 stars, baby. The guy deserves all the stars. Ooh, they have a Yelp? What is this? No, that is not the same man. This is a real estate agent. I didn't mean to click it. Now my therapist is a real estate agent. Guys, help. Help, I messed up. I clicked the wrong thing. Oh, there's so many now. Now everywhere. Oh no. I messed up my cookies on my computer. Now everything is about Lewis Boynton, real estate agent in Blue Bell, Pennsylvania. Oh, crapperonis.
Are you a business in Coweta County struggling to get eyes on your product? We see you. Or, well, we don't yet. But we'd like to see you. Noonan Podcast with Harold is here to serve the community by letting the community give him money in exchange for ad space. Wow, Harold, what a guy. And I hear his mustache is real. Contact Noonan Time with Harold at gmail.com for more information.
Love it. Love those ads, man. Don't you love ads? I love ads. We're back. We took a breather. We let an ad play, but we're back. And we're talking about what I do for my physical. Oh, actually, we got one more thing to talk about before we get into physical health. My psychiatrist. Not my therapist, my psychiatrist. I used to have some really great psychiatrists that I was happy to talk to all the time. And then I recently got moved to Pathways. Pathways is basically for the Medicaid recipients of the world. That would be me. And I had heard a lot of horror stories, a lot of bad stories about Pathways, that they don't care about you, that they'll make you feel like you don't matter, that I feel like the first two things were exactly the same and I just described the same stuff. What are other ways I can word it? Basically, the Pathways is bad, and if you can get in somewhere else, you should do it. The Pathways does not really take care of you. They just do their own thing, and then they take your money, which not a problem because I am on Medicaid, so I don't have to give any money in anyways. I just have to give them my time and attention, which I am fine doing that. But I was told really bad things about Pathways. Now, in my experience, which I've gone there 4 times now, really, really like them. The nurse practitioners that you see when you first come, or not the nurse practitioners, but the nurses that you first see who take in your vitals and take in your information and stuff like that. Love all of them. One of them is, I don't want to like describe them too much, that's personal. But one of them's like obsessed with Elvis and has all this Elvis stuff everywhere in her office. The other one has a bunch of coffee makers in her office. And they're just both really kind, and they make me feel heard and listened to. Even when, like, if I'm talking about stuff and I say something really hard on myself, like, yeah, of course I messed this up because I'm a loser, or something along those lines, they'll always be like, no, we don't talk about ourselves like that. We say good things about ourselves. We say positivity, and they'll, like, say something positive about me. Like, which is not, I'm not trying to say I'm fishing for compliments from these people, but if I do say something that is fishing for a compliment, guess what I get? Guess what? Guess what it is? I get a compliment. And that's dope as hell. They're very sweet. And maybe they're not sweet to everybody. Maybe it's because I am a gorgeously mustached white man. But they're very kind to me, and they've always made me feel like I should believe in myself and that I can get through this, and they're going to help. Like I've told them, oh yeah, I've cold turkey stopped the medicine you guys have told me to take. And they made like a big sigh. And they're like, you're smart. And I know you know that's not the right way to do it. So I'm not going to give you the whole spiel about how dangerous that is because I know you understand. Just please call us next time. I was like, you know what? Hell yeah. I will call you next time because that was a great response. So to me, they've always handled my mental health with care. From the very first time I went and I had to be there for an hour and a half and just like answer personal questions to when I went this past Thursday. And it was me saying, we've put my on too many medicines. I got to get off some of these medicines. I'm having a hard time. Please, can we change some of my medicines? So they've been great that whole way through. I will say that the doctors are not as good as the nurses. They are not as personal. They're very much a let's get you in, get you out as fast as possible. I don't want to ask any questions about your situation. But they'll tell you, like, I met a new one yesterday. And this was weird to me. I had to come in person to do a virtual doctor's appointment. Like, I came there, I met with the nurse, I got my vitals taken. Then I went into a room with a computer, and I sat there and I talked to a lady on webcam. That's weird to me that is how that worked. And I'm sure there's some reason, probably insurance related or something like that, as to why it had to be done like that. But it threw me off, and I thought, this is weird. I don't know how to feel about this specific thing that I'm doing. But if that's what I got to do, then that's what I got to do. And I did it. That was weird. And that lady, I don't remember her name, Ogbobe, Dr. Ogbobe. It's like Ogbobe. But she only said it once. She was like, I'm Dr. blah, blah, blah. let's get into this. She was a little bit more intense. She made me feel like I was a liar and that the things I was saying about the way I felt and my medicines were not true. She even at one point said, "Look, I'm not saying you're a liar, but this doesn't make sense." Like, I don't feel like that is the most appropriate way to talk to a patient who all I'm doing is what I've been told to do by doctors. I'm very much trying to trust the doctors, and I'm trying to get off medicines. My whole point when I went yesterday was I am on like 9 different medicines. Can we please get off some of them because I don't feel like myself anymore? And then I got like chastised for being on too many medicines. So did not love her, but I went there for 3 reasons. I went there to get off some medicines, I went there to get on an antidepressant, and I went there to get a different sleep medicine specifically. And she did all those things. All those things were accomplished, and I appreciate the fact that they were all accomplished. I just didn't feel like me as the individual mattered when I went there this last time. I felt like me as a patient to get me in and out. And I don't know. Maybe that's not what it is. Maybe it is me as the individual. Maybe I mattered. Maybe that's why I got chastised for doing what they perceived as the wrong things because they do care. Maybe it was just tough love. So maybe I'm wrong. As I'm talking, maybe they're doing exactly what I want them to do. I just didn't like the things they said about me this time. And last time I liked it. I don't know, man. But for me, Pathways, I'm happy with them. What kind of reviews do they have? Well, let's head over to Yelp. Yelp has got a 2-star review and a 1-star review. I don't think I'm going to read all of them. Let's look. Should I read these reviews? You guys want me to read them? My morning cup of soda. Love it. This is the 2-star review. This is from last year. This place is downright scary. They have standby appointments, which means people are coming in and asking to be seen. Some of them had outbursts and started yelling. The intake forms they want way too much information. That makes you feel very uncomfortable. Maybe there are good therapists in there. However, the building is not secure enough for me in today's age and age. Day and age. Okay, a lot of typos in this, so I'm doing my best. Yes, I agree that the intake forms are a lot, and they will make you feel uncomfortable. But once you do fill them out and you see what they do with that information, they just use it to help. So it's not nearly as bad as you may initially fear. It ends up being where you're like, you know what? Yeah, this was a lot, and yeah, I didn't love it, but they did well with the information. Sorry, my brain got distracted. So once you see that they're going to take care of your information, it ain't so bad, you know? It ain't so bad. Here he is. This is a long one. 1 star. Last year I went in for postpartum anxiety because that's what I thought I was dealing with at the time, and my mom wanted me to get help. It was insane that they even accepted me after hearing what my problem was. I did not need to be there. I was in the same facility as people with schizophrenia, drug abusers, and suicidals. They did not offer therapy. All of the overseers did not have the patience to deal with mental health. You could tell they were just in it for the money. One of the women that worked there actually tried to diagnose me with paranoia because I said she and other lady were talking about me as I was having a panic attack, rather than just admitting that they were, in fact, talking about me. Women and men were mixed together. So this review, as I can tell, is about there's 2 parts of Pathways. You have the rehabilitation center, and then you have a therapist's office. Well, not a therapist's office, but a psychiatrist's office. One of them is about you staying there for weeks at a time to get the help you need. The other is about getting just psychiatry help and then coming in and out. So it can be confusing about which one I am reading. So it's very possible I'm just reading the wrong thing. How do I know which one's which? Pathway Center Mental Health. Is that not the same place? I feel like that's the same place. And I see people in the pictures that look like the same people that I've met. Either way, let's finish reading this review because it's interesting, shall we? I did not like that at all, and all they did was shove pill at you. Did not even attempt to try to listen to you or try to understand you. They had no outside time, nor did they have windows for you to look at some sunlight from time to time. I was told I would be in there for 24 hours, and that ended up turning into 4 days, and me being told they don't even have a 24-hour option. It was a literal nightmare for me. In the end, after I was released and saw a few doctors and specialists, I found out I actually had a real physical health problem after giving birth that was causing all of my symptoms, including the panic attacks. Please do your research before you give your life away for however many days to these so-called mental health workers, because they do not care about you. They just want money. That's a pretty tough review. But that's also what I have heard from people who have stayed in the facility. I've had, I think, 3 friends who have done it, and all of them kind of said the same thing. That you don't feel like you're being heard as an individual. You feel like you're getting talked down to and just told what to do, and they'll just throw diagnosis at you. So that kind of checks out. That's kind of what I have been told about it, and which is sad, but that's not what my experience is, because my experience is with just the office, and I feel like they do a really good job of listening and taking into account what you have going on. Is this a good episode? As I've talked, I'm stopping and wondering, is this episode any good whatsoever? Because I don't know if anyone listening is looking for a therapist or looking for a psychiatrist's office. But you know what? That's what I'm here to talk about. So that's what we're talking about thus far. But we're like almost 30 minutes into this episode, and I don't know if this is a good episode or not. But guess what? It's too late. It's already happened. We're almost done with it now. So I'm sorry if this one's boring. I'm just talking about stuff that's important to me, and this is important to me. We have one more thing to talk about, and that's One Life Fitness, my gym. It's beginning to look a lot like Noonan Time with Harold. Anywhere you laugh, he's the guy with the mustache, throwing a big ol' bash for everyone who needs a new podcast. That's right, you just search Noonan Podcast with Harold, or come visit me on social media at Noonan Time with Harold, or on my website, noonantimewithharold.com. That's Harold, Harold. To find the funniest stuff in Noonan, just search Noonan Time with Harold, or find our podcast at Noonan Podcast with Harold. And my gym. Let's talk about my gym. Yes, that was an ad. That was an ad for the podcast you're listening to, and the website and the Facebook. So, it's not just me saying, hey, make sure you listen to the podcast you're listening to. I'm also saying make sure you read the website you read, and make sure you read the social media that you already read. Because the chances of you being at the podcast but not at the other places is low, but it's never zero. And you got to hear me sing. So my gym is One Life Fitness. It costs me $40 a month, and I get access to both gyms, the One Life Fitness Express, and then I don't know what they call the other one. What do they call the big one? There's a big one. Sports Club. The Sports Club. Now, the Sports Club is the big fancy boy, but the problem with the Sports Club is that's usually where the most people are. So if I go to that gym, I'm surrounded by people, and it's less fun. Like, I like to be able to be on a treadmill and not have people right next to me. I like to be spread out a bit. So I don't go to the Noonan Sports Club. I go to the Express. But I'm allowed to go to the Sports Club. I haven't done it yet. Let's pull up One Life Fitness so we can talk about some of the amenities. So some of the amenities. They've got lots of classes. They've got personal trainers, they've got a pool, they've got the hydro massage, they've got basketball, they've got saunas. Now again, the Express does not have all these things. The Express has one hydro massage and one sauna. I think in the new location they have the red light therapy now, which I'm very interested in trying out. There's so much to try at the big location that I have barely tapped into, because I just like, again, going to my gym, getting my workout on, getting the fudge out of there. But I would say great gym. I think it's fantastic. There is always somebody there cleaning. The people there, even the meatheads that are there just pounding weights, just pounding them. They're nice and chill. Like, I've not run into anyone there that I've had any problem with. The pretty people are really pretty. The people like me are really determined. Again, this is my experience. Nobody tries to make other people uncomfortable. I don't see people filming. Nobody has come up to me in the locker room and slapped my butt with a towel like in the movies. I've been able to sit in the sauna by myself. I've been able to sit in the sauna with people. There are showers. There are bathrooms. There are free towels. There's a little cafe area where they'll make you smoothies and stuff. I've already made friends with one of the employees there because he knows Noon and Time with Harold. I think One Life Fitness is dope. The problem is the rest of the internet does not agree with me. If you go to either one of their Yelp review pages or their Google review pages, it's not good. It is negatives. Like the One Life Express is sitting at 3.3 stars out of their reviews, and the Sports Club is sitting at 2.9 stars. I say anything under a 4 is concerning, just the way people review things now. I want my places that I go to be 4 or higher. So we'll read a couple of these reviews, and I'll tell you my thoughts on them. Still waiting on my refund of $61.99, but told it would be 5 to 7 days. It's over that and still not even processed. I think they need Planet Fitness in Noonan. Well, person who wrote that about 10 months ago, we got a Planet Fitness in Noonan now. The thing that I like is that employees are getting on these Yelp review pages and they're responding to everything that they see. I have heard, because my girlfriend was a member of One Life and then she tried to cancel her subscription. No, is it even membership? Membership is the word I'm looking for. She had a hard time doing it. They gave her a lot of pushback on that. So I know that, and I think that's just the way gyms are these days, is that gyms tend to try to stop you from canceling. They'll do whatever they can to cancel. Like I had a Bodyplex membership and they were a nightmare to try to cancel. But again, that's a problem I'm not worried about right now because I like my gym and I don't want to cancel it. Has 24-hour in the description, but I've been there when they close shop and make announcement to customers to plan workouts accordingly. The gym will be closing in 10 minutes. Not a fault on staff, but I come from a place where 24/7 means 24/7. Okay, very fair review. Even on the signs that they still have outside, it says 24-hour gym. When you Google it and you find information about being a 24-hour gym. This is not a 24-hour gym. Like on the weekends, I think it closes at like 7 or something. This gym, the hours are not great. It's good for me, who again, I'm going at 1 o'clock, 12 o'clock, 2 o'clock, rock. 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, rock. We're going to rock around the clock tonight. That's from Rock to Remember. Starring Mandy Moore. Oh, God, that's hilarious. That's a good joke. See, I was doubting this podcast, but then I got that joke out there. A rock to remember. Like a walk to remember, because that's the reference I made earlier. Really funny stuff. But yeah, it's going to say 24/7. It is not 24/7. So when they say plan your workouts accordingly, they're right. Plan your workouts accordingly. 5 stars. Love this gym. The machines are a little more dated in areas, but overall not a bad gym for the price. Yep, that's how I feel. And I like the machines. I think the machines work fine. But every now and then there'll be a machine that's down and needs maintenance, and it is very slow for them to get it maintained. One thing I don't do when I go to the gym is I don't do the free weights section. And I don't know why I don't do it. I think it's just because the men over in that section are a little bit more intense. It's a lot louder over there. It's a lot sweatier over there. It's a lot more manly man over there than it is at the weight machines. But the weight machines, you usually have 1 or 2 that don't work. And that's in the Express, the smaller side. And it takes them a long time to get them back up and running. And it's usually a machine I really like. So maybe I don't love this gym because their machines suck. For an Express gym, this fits the bill. Enough types of equipment to satisfy even the most fitness-determined individuals. Functional training area, cardio theater, free weights, and life fitness machines. For cardio workouts, several dozen treadmills, ellipticals, and stair steppers. Plus, it's staffed 24 hours a day. This is an old review. They're right about everything till the staff 24 hours a day. This review is from 2017. So they need to get with it because that ain't true no more. Really nice gym, good equipment, clean, really nice people, yet nobody bothers you. Very true. I love it. This is my place to be on my days off. Gives me a new outlook on things. Very good review and very much agree with it. The cancel part of the program is terrible. Need to work out a better program for upgrades and more coupons. But would I continue to go there? Yes. The swimming lessons are great. Want to get into some of the classes also. So upgrade to the new gym. People have been very nice. Yep. Agree with all that. People are super nice there. The new gym, the sports club, right? Is that what it's called? Yeah, the Noonan Sports Club has got all kinds of lessons and stuff, which I've taken the flow yoga there before. And that was a lot of fun. It's hard. I think it's called body flow yoga. I'm pretty sure it is. Either way, it was a yoga class, and my girlfriend and I did it. And my girlfriend was so sexy and good at it, and I was so bad at it. But that was fun. I enjoyed doing that a lot. Here's some more reviews. Some things about the Noonan Sports Club. Bright, nice gym, a lot of nice equipment, pool and great atmosphere. However, weights are completely disorganized, plates are falling apart, and no one re-racks. Overall, it's a decent gym for the average goer. Bodybuilders like myself could definitely find somewhere better. See, I feel like the weights being disorganized and no one re-racks is not the fault of the business. This review is from a month ago. I feel like pointing that out in a Yelp review is kind of unfair, but you know what? That's a bodybuilder for you. I wanted to provide a thorough review of my experience, so I wanted to wait until I made a number of visits. I've worked out here pretty consistently over the last month and a half, and I've been really satisfied. There's plenty of equipment, and it's easy to maneuver through the facility even when it's busy. Busiest times for my experience are weekdays after 5 and Saturdays before 1. Least busy times, weekdays between 10 a.m. and 5 p.m., which is when I go, so you can see me there. I like using the cinema room for cardio because it's not crowded most of the time. It gets a little chilly in there, so wearing a hoodie and waist trainer helps you with staying warm and working up a good sweat. Downside, they don't offer a lot of classes, and the times can be set up better to accommodate more members. Yeah, they have classes, but it's not a ton, you know? Pretty sad that customers that want to do group fitness step classes have to go to another town. Please don't lie and say it's instructor availability. It's poor planning by group fitness director. And I've heard this a lot too, that classes get canceled a lot, that you'll want to do a class and then the instructor will not be able to do it anymore, or they won't be able to find an instructor, and so it'll go away. So I'm not sure what the system is that they have there. It's not an issue I've ever run into. I know that the yoga classes, even though I don't take them anymore, I know that they are available a lot less often. So it does seem like the gym is kind of waning. Like less good stuff is happening. Less classes are happening. Less hours are happening. More disorganization is happening. So it does sound a bit like the gym is starting to go downhill. Just in the year that I've been there, the things I'm hearing from other people are negative towards it. But I say still give it a chance. A year to try it out and stuff. Awesome. Now, the big bad, and I'll make sure I get the exact story, but I believe that One Life Express is closing down soon. Which, if this is true, yep, okay, it is true. Horrible news. Not soon, but in the next year, One Life Fitness Express in Noonan, Georgia is closing to make way for a Sprouts Farmers Market. The new supermarket is expected to open in 2026. So that means soon. The original article was posted in 2024 in August. So that means they're talking about it, and it could be any day now. Okay. First half of 2025. I'm hoping that it's not going to happen. But if that's true, you know what? Just because that might be true and it is all over the internet that it is happening, I'm going to go back on my word and I'm going to say, hey, maybe look for a different gym. And you know what? Maybe not. Because even if One Life only has one gym in Noonan, no one else has more than one gym in Noonan, right? I mean, you got Bodyplex in Sharpsburg. You've got Planet Fitness, which just opened up in Noonan. Snap Fitness just has one. Orange Theory Fitness just has one. Like, you got all these. The only one that has two right now is One Life. And I would say enjoy that as much as you can. We have spent 40 minutes talking about my mental health and my physical health journey. And I haven't really got into the deep discussion of what I am doing and how I am feeling. Like, why am I going to physical therapy? Oh, shit. I misspoke and also now remember that I'm also in physical therapy, and we didn't talk about that either. Why am I going to physical therapy? Why am I going to a psychiatrist? Why am I going to a therapist? Why am I going to the gym? What are my main focuses? And part 2, we will discuss that more. Right now, we just laid the groundwork accidentally for what I'll talk about in the next episode. But the why, we'll get into that soon. The facts is what we got into today, and I hope one of these things I've talked about can help you too. I got